How do everyone? How we doing? We alright? Back at shed today. Couple of very quick product reviews. I'm going to keep these really short and sweet. I'll start with a friend, quite regular, becoming quite regular anyway, friend of the channel, PLUSINNO. And they have sent me, at my request, they asked me, you know, is there anything in our current product line that you'd like to review? And I said yes. So they've sent me a reel. Not a sea fishing reel. Well, so it's not a sea fishing reel. You could use it, I suppose, as a light jigging reel. But it's their bait casting reel. So I'll roll the intro and we'll get into it. Not going to hang about. I don't know much about this. It's just, well, I'll get into it in a minute. See you in a sec. So, yeah, PLUSINNO. They make the rod holder that you can see above. And they also make rods, reels, lures, hooks, jigs. A lot of things that traditionally I wouldn't have known of in the coarse fishing world. Because when I was coarse fishing, when I was a kid, you didn't use, there wasn't, you know, any call for soft plastics or bait casters or anything like that. If you were fishing for pike and perch, you used dead bait or live bait, and you fished with your normal waggler setup or something like that. So it's become increasingly popular. Has the I would call it the American style of lure fishing in this country in freshwater and that's for pike and perch and other predatory species. Now, it's something I was sincerely hoping, and I still might do this year on this channel. So I asked PLUSINNO if they minded sending me a reel that I could try out with you guys. Now, we won't be trying it out in this video because I haven't got my rod license yet. That I could try out with you guys. That's a nice, really nice budget entry-level reel that you can throw about, you can abuse, that's going to take a few knocks. And apologies if you hear some weird knocking in the background, I've got the bird monitor behind the camera, and that you don't mind learning with, and they did. So what we've got here is the PLUSINNO Elite Hunter. Alright, there's no bells and whistles in the box, as you would expect. It's not what I would call a premium product, and by that I mean, you know, it doesn't cost hundreds of pounds. I'll try and remember to put the price on screen here. But here it is. In the bag comes with a spare one of these. Oh, what's it called? Not a drag knob, because that's your drag is a star drag, which is familiar for all you bait fishermen, for the sea fishermen among us, or the multiplier users among us. Oh, what's that? What do I call it? It's the clutch knob. It well, controls the tightness of the reel, the slop in the reel, the looseness, how loose the cage holds onto the spool. This is magged. You've got a mag controller on one side. Okay. You've got your level wind. Okay, or we would call it a level wind. It's just standard feature as far as I'm aware on a bait casting reel. So you've got your level wind, you've got your star drag, you've got a 6.5 to 1 gear ratio, you've got your twin handles, and yeah, what I like about this actually, something that I kind of wish you could incorporate in a sea fishing multiplier, is there's your what do you call it? I mean, obviously on a, there's your line release. Yeah, that's your line release there. It's a little thumb trigger. So when you've got it on your reel, yeah, and once you've got it on your rod, sorry, you just press it down, cast out, and then when you reel, it clicks back up. I like that. I like that. If there was a way to include that on one of these, I think that would be great. But as you can see, compared to what we're used to as sea fishermen, it's a lot smaller. I'm not sure if I had another multiply. And this is only the 12. You know, it's a lot smaller. A lot lighter as well. This is a polymer body. It's not metal. Polymer body with a metal spool. The handle is metal. I really like it. It feels really smooth. And for, like I said, what I would call a budget reel, I think it's great, and I think it's going to be a great tool for me to learn on. I have got a little spinning reel as well. This was gifted to me by a friend of the channel, and somebody we haven't seen on the channel for a long time, is Alf, and that's something I'm trying to correct. I'm trying to get back out with Alf. I've been trying to get back out with him for ages, but it just hasn't happened. So what we're going to have is Rosa's going to have this, I'm going to have this, we're going to use a couple of drop shotting rods because it's what I've got, and we're going to try and get out as soon as possible. So do stay tuned for that, and you'll see this in action. Like I say, no bells and whistles, nothing fancy, relatively inexpensive. There's a discount code in the video description and a link directly to it. I get nothing back from them, but I just thought that was something, it's something that I'm interested in, so I thought I'd show you. Really short and sweet. Don't have any other comments on it. I mean, I'll give you the specs. You may be able to think, well, for its price, maybe we can use it as a drop shotting or a boat reel or anything like that. I'm not too sure it'd manage being a boat reel. But you've got a gear ratio of 6.5 to 1, so that's 6.5 revolutions of the spool to every one full rotation of the handle. This is why I don't think it could be a boat reel. It's got a max drag of 11 £. You know, so when you're fishing on a boat, you're hoping for some sort of that size as a minimum, aren't you? The reel itself weighs 158 grams or 5.6 ounces. It's got 6 ball bearings. Yeah, this one's got the 6 ball bearings in it. The line capacity at 12 pounds or a 0.285 millimeter is 145 meters or 160 yards. It's actually quite a large capacity. So yeah, I said I'm not going to rattle on about it. I wanted to keep it short and sweet. There isn't much to say about it. So yeah, all that being said, hopefully you find that useful and you think to yourself, maybe I'll give it a go. Maybe I'll give it a go. There you go. And like I say, you will see this in action, hopefully over the summer holidays. Tie lines, stay safe, and I'll see you later.